Hello everyone, you're welcome to our class today. We'll be making baby Cerelac with fruits. All right, so you can see all of the fruits on the desk on the table. We're using apples, we're using English pears, and yes, so now I'm washing my apples. Is very important. When you are using any fruits and all, you have to wash first. So I'm washing my apples. All right, and what I want to do is that I want to slice and dehydrate. Remember, we are making cereals that we can keep for 6 months to 1 year. All right, and this particular baby food is for children from the age of 9 years old. 9 months. 9 months old. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm coring the apple. Call it coring. We're taking the middle part out. It's not good for the health. All right, so I'll slice it thinly, as you can see. Yes, so that it can dry out fast. Okay, so you cut your apples this way. All right, so this is it. You take out the middle part. You can see I'm removing it. It's not good for the health, like I said. Then you slice them thinly. If you have a mandolin, you can use as well. So now what I'm doing is I'm sprinkling lemon juice on it to help keep the color. I don't want it to darken like really fast. Okay, you can use lemons, you can use vinegar. Anyone you have in your shelf is fine. Just drizzle on it. So I'm also working on my English pear. All right, and I'm also coring it. I'm removing the middle part that contains the seed. All right, once I'm done doing that, I'll slice the same way I did with the apples. Okay, so you take out the middle part and then you begin to slice thinly, just like this, if you're using a knife. All right, but if you're using a mandolin grater, you can just work it and then get the thin slices. It's fine as well. All right, so what we want is that we want to dehydrate these fruits. All right, now I'm also taking the peel off from my bananas. All right, this particular drink that we're making, we're adding fruits to it. Okay, remember, we're making this for our children and we need to incorporate all of the vitamins, the nutrients, the fruits and everything. We want to ensure that they are taking something that is balanced. All right, so we're adding fruits to this particular cereal. All right, so this is it. I mean, there are some people that probably do not have that kind of money to buy the canned ones. You can make it yourself. All right, you can buy these things from your local market where they are not so expensive. All right, so I'm doing the same with the banana. I am drizzling the lemon juice on it. So I'm not going to go into details on what this is. This is what you already know, a dehydrator. So I'm spreading the apple slices on the dehydrator tray so that I can dry them. All right, so that I can take out the water, because we're making a powder that we can store for anything between 6 months to 1 year. All right, so that's what I'm doing. All right, I know a lot of you will say, oh no, I need a dehydrator. Yes, I think it's something that you need. If you want to go into food processing, you will need a dehydrator, because if you have to use fruits and vegetables, they cannot stay fresh for a long time. You have to dehydrate them to be able to stay for anything between 6 months and 1 year. All right, so that's what we're doing right now. I'm still arranging my fruits in the trays. All right, I told you the other time, I say whenever you are making anything, just be happy with it so that it will come out well. If you are not happy with it, it will not come out well. Though. So when you are cooking, ensure you are smiling. You are not frowning. All right. So we are arranging our bananas in our trays. And the same thing we did with our tomatoes, that's what we're doing. All right. So I'm setting a timer for it to dry. All right, so I had this done in 12 hours, the same way it happened with the dried tomato powder. Yes, in 12 hours they were completely dried. All right, so this is not everything anyway. I just took out a little out of it and I kept the rest, for the other production that I want to do. All right, so now we are coming to making the cereal. This is the rice. Remember, I gave you the recipe from the beginning. So we have poured boiling water into the rice, okay? And then we'll keep the water in the rice for 15 minutes. All right, we'll allow it to soak in for 15 minutes. All right, after 15 minutes we'll wash. All right, we'll pour the water away and then pour in the water that your hand can tolerate. Okay, so you can rub it together and ensure that you get the starch out. You keep doing that until your water is clear. I had to do this for about 5 to 6 times, yes, for me to get a clear water. That was what happened. All right, so you wash your rice properly. Okay, you wash it properly. Just keep washing and ensure that the rice is properly washed. Once you are done washing, all right, you spread it in your tray to dry. All right, spread it in your tray to dry. Okay, yes. All right, so that's what we're doing. Like I said, there are lots of people that do not have a lot of money, to buy all of those, but you can make this. I took this rice from my home. This is just 2 cups of rice. If I want to monetize this now, this is about 200 and something naira. The maize that I use, if I want to monetize, is about 30 naira or so. If you want to do the costing of this particular drink, it's not so expensive. All right, so you can use the ingredients that you have in your home. All right, so the next thing is that the maize, I am going to boil it for another 5 minutes. Okay, but before boiling, I think there's a stage I skipped here. I'd already removed the back of the corn. I soaked it with a little water and then I just rubbed it in a mortar just to remove the back of it. All right, so this is the corn without the back. All right, so now I have boiled this for 5 minutes and I've turned the water out, and I'm also going to spread it to dry. All right, I'm sure some of you say, I know this is a lot of work, I don't think I have the energy for it, but it's really interesting. I'm sure in this way you are sure of what your children are taking. All right, so you spread this in your tray as well. All right, and just keep it to dry. Okay, all right, so this is it. We have worked on our maize, on our corn, yellow corn. All right, so you can use any kind of dal that you have. The Indians call it dal. You have different kinds of dal. You have the moon dal and all. This our own is our corn. This is what we have. So this is the ingredient for our baby Cerelac. On the other side, we have the finger millet and all of that. So what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be, pot roasting it just for a little time. All right, I'm going to be doing this for like 3 minutes to 4 minutes. All right, it's going to start turning to a bit brown, like a brown rice, but yeah, I just want to toast it on the heat. There is no oil in the pot at all. All right, it's just rice on fire. All right, but you just keep stirring Once you see that the color is turning a bit brown, you turn it out. The same thing with the maize. Okay, you toast it for between, depending on your flame, but anything between 2 minutes to 3 minutes, you're fine. Yes, but don't allow it to begin to pop. All right, I'm also toasting my almonds, okay, lightly. Don't allow them to burn. Just be sure not to allow them to burn. All right, so that's it. Now I'm also toasting my cashew nuts, okay, and the same follows for the cashew nut. Don't allow them to burn, okay, just toast it lightly. All right, so I'm toasting my nuts right now. Okay, you can see that the color is changing just a little bit, and then I'm just passing my fruits on the fire. But for the fruits, it just stayed for a few seconds. It wasn't even up to a minute. And also my dates, all right, just to pass through the fire a little. It was just for a few seconds for the fruits and the dates. It didn't stay up to a minute, because if you allow it to stay for up to a minute, it becomes soft again. That's not what we want. All right, so I'm just trying to flake the almond so that when I'm blending, it blends faster. I don't want it to start bringing out oil or something. All right, so I'm pouring everything into my blender right now. Yes, I'm pouring everything into my blender so that I can just blend it. All right, if you do not have a strong blender or a dry mill blender, please, you can take it to a commercial engine or something, yes, to blend for you. I mean, the blending will actually come out maybe better because it will blend very, very well. But for this, I think it is more hygienic. All right, because you know that the blender bowl is really clean, and then you have put everything into it. So that's it. So you can see that I'm blending my grains all together. I'm shaking it like this so that everything can blend very well. I don't want to spoil my blender, oh, that's why I'm blending it that way. Anyways, the most important thing is that I want to just have it blended. So yes, I'm done with my blending. Now I am saving my cereal, my Cerelac with fruits. Wow, homemade Cerelac with fruits. This is beautiful. Honestly, it is really beautiful. You can make this, you can make this package and sell. Can you see the chaff that came out of this? Yes, very little. Anyways, this is the end product of our Cerelac, homemade Cerelac. Yes, so how do you prepare it? Just we put 2 cups of water on our heat, and then we put 4 spoons of the cereal. All right, so we stir quickly and ensure that you do not have any lump. All right, just keep stirring. That's it. Just keep stirring. That's it. And before you know it, it's thick, and then you have your Cerelac. All right, just keep stirring. All right. Our homemade Cerelac. So this is it. It's cooked now. You want to be sure that it's cooked so that you don't give something to your child and he's having any stomach upset or whatever it is. So this is it. All right, it's very rich. You have bananas in this, you have apples, you have English pear, you have dates, and all of that. Well, there's no child here to taste, so I decided to add extra milk. But even without the milk, the taste was really nice. So I just said, well, let me taste what this Cerelac that we just made. And it's very important that before you feed a child with anything, you have to taste it. So I just added milk to this and tasted it. It was wow. I was like, wow, this is delicious. Honestly, your children will love this. And when they take this, they will grow healthier. Yes, their skin will glow, they will come up well, they'll grow in stature, and yes, this is delicious. Really nice. I'm sure you should try this for your kids at home. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.